Are you someone who tries to drive while distracted by your phone? Someone who props it on the steering wheel or peeks down at it for a glance? Or just scrolls and scrolls? If so, you could be the next person to get into a fender bender, get a ticket, veer off the road, or even cause a crash that kills you or someone else. Enough already. Put the phone away or pay. Paid for by NHTSA.
The following content is for adult audiences. Please note that the authenticity of the narrative shared by callers has not been verified. Now, back to the story from a few minutes ago. You're inside the best of the Morning X. Barnes, Leslie, and Jimmy. 99X.
Remy?
Yeah, this is Remy.
Talk to us.
Okay. I know you guys know who Patricia Richardson is, right?
Sure. Is she the mom on Home Improvement?
Yes, the mom on Home Improvement. All right, well, I'm a professional skateboarder, and we was in Cincinnati last November making a skate video.
We was in Cincinnati?
We was in Cincinnati.
Okay.
I have no doubt you're a professional skateboarder. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Well, we were staying at the Holodome, and we was in the bar.
Love those holodomes. When I was a kid, I had to stay at the Holodome.
Barnes, they was in the bar.
we was in the bar, had an entourage about 18. We look over, and there's Patricia Richardson. So, we're all taking bets on, who can go up and, spit game and all that, see who can bag her. And she was with...
How old is she?
Spit game.
Hang on a minute. First of all,
spit game?
Speak. I think speak game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I thought you said spit
How
game.
old is she? Is she 40s? I don't even know who she
She's
is.
got to be in her 40s.
Yeah, she's in her 40s, and she had just got divorced and everything.
Now, how old are you, dude?
I'm 22.
And this was when?
Last summer.
November.
Okay. So go
finish
ahead.
the story.
Okay. So we go over and start talking to her and everything.
You breeze over in your best checkered Vans.
So we go over and start talking to her and everything, and she's got a couple friends. She was producing. I don't know if you guys heard of it. It was called Learning to Live. She was doing a play.
Okay.
So we go over and start talking to her and everything. We end up back at her hotel room.
We meaning just you and her.
Very true.
What was the line that sealed it for you?
Yeah. How did you turn it? How did you turn it into just from a couple of skateboard dudes saying hi to Patricia Richardson to actually getting?
Well, she told me flat out, I said, I can't believe, I'm getting drunk with the mom off Home Improvement.
And she said?
And her line was...
Take a deep breath, big man. We lost him.
I knew that dude was full
But if you're going to make up a story, would it be about the mom from Home Improvement?
Yeah, but...
Yeah, why would you make that up?
Why would he just
Call us
bail
back.
like that? Why would he bail like
Call
that?
us back. Maybe he just accidentally hung up.
Here's a repeat. You did Chad Allen, too?
Yeah, New Year's Eve 4 years ago.
Chad Allen coming to Atlanta, too.
A lot of New Year's Eve action for Chad Allen.
Yeah.
I don't even know who that dude is.
I'm not quite sure either. Thanks for calling, Phil.
But he's getting around.
Medicine Quinn woman.
Dr. Quinn.
Medicine
I want
lady.
more on the Remy and Patricia Richardson story.
Come on, Remy. Hey, listen.
He went all that way, then he bailed when we got to...
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, but does that... That doesn't sound...
Hey, Cleve.
Hello?
Hi,
Hey,
you're on
Cleve.
the air.
Who's your boink?
Madonna and Farrah Forkey.
All right. Who's Farrah Forkey?
It says
She's
Julia
on
Roberts
Wing.
on my...
I think that's not clear. Is this what's your name?
John.
I think that's an old name. All right. So who's Farrah Forkey?
She was on Wings, and she was on
Which
Hanging
one?
with Mr. Cooper.
Which one on Wings was she?
She was Alex, the helicopter pilot, for one season.
Okay, I don't...
All right, let's
that.
go to
I'm
Madonna.
not sure. Yeah, let's go.
I think
We'll go right to Madonna.
That
What
we
happened there?
All right, well, I was living up in New York. I just moved down here in November, but me and a couple friends were walking through the East Village, down around Houston Street, and this limousine pulls up, and I look like a Mexican or Spanish.
You've called us before.
No?
No,
This is like an identical story.
No, well, she likes Hispanic guys. I mean,
Right.
Carlos
Well,
Leon,
this limousine pulled up, and this guy asked me to come over to the window, and so I walk over there, and they get out and open the door for me. I get in the car, and there's Madonna, and she started talking to me, and she wanted to see...
All right, hold it. So you got in the limousine without even knowing who was in the limousine. Just some guy pulls up, get my limo, and you got in.
No, I came over to the window and rolled down, and they opened the door, and I looked in, and there was Madonna, so I got in.
Okay, gotcha.
And,
Which look was she sporting?
What?
Which look was she
She had the
sporting?
long hair at the time. Long
Okay.
blonde hair.
Okay, keep
and,
going.
And who else was in the limousine?
A bodyguard.
And she
He was
said,
in the front seat, though.
Okay, and so she says to you,
And she says to me, so, do you mind if I look at your package, basically?
She wanted to see your package?
Well, she wanted to, because she wanted to know if I wanted to have fun, and she wanted to see, I guess, if I was worthy.
No small talk, just right to let's see your package?
hang on.
Well, yeah, basically. First it was, do you want to have some fun with me? And I'm like, yeah, sure. And let's see your package. So,
And
you showed it to her?
so I showed it to her, and I guess I passed the test, and
Without hesitation, you just whipped it out.
wouldn't you?
Well, you knew it was Madonna.
Well, yeah.
I'm not buying this story one bit.
Well,
All right,
Well, knowing
so,
Madonna, I'm totally buying it.
Yeah, but all right. So
So-
go ahead. So then she just what?
so, we started making out. We were driving around, and my two friends were standing there. We went around for about 45 minutes and had sex in the limousine, and she dropped me right back off where I was at. And I went into the fish bar and met up with my two buddies and told them, and they were quite amazed.
Did you use a condom?
Of course.
She,
Did,
had, one, she had one handy?
Oh, yeah. She had all the supplies
I'm sure she's
handy.
got all.
she never wanted to see you again, right?
No, she didn't even want to know my name.
She didn't even ask you your name.
No.
Madonna drives around the streets of Manhattan just looking to get some.
Picking up stray guys.
When was
Apparently.
this?
Wow, that's
When was this?
This was like 91.
Okay.
91, so that was pretty much the height of her whole thing.
right, well.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, that was around, Blonde Ambition and that whole thing when she was really hot.
Yeah. All
Well,
right.
good for you. If that's a true story, then
That is a true story.
there you go. Then we know
I
she's,
buy it. I totally buy it with Madonna.
Let me see your package.
Well, she didn't exactly say the word package, but I didn't want to say what she
Right.
actually said
Oh, well-
on the air.
Oh, well, did she? Well,
I mean, can I say it?
Well,
Well,
use the
hang
first
on a
letter.
minute. Hang on a minute.
Boinks-
D. Just let me
Boinks-
see your D, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's what she
That's
said.
what she said to you. She pulls. So she pulled just some guy who looks like a Mexican off the street into the car.
You make it sound so degrading.
Yeah,
No,
Jimmy.
he was the one who said it. I mean, I'm just echoing what he said. Pulls a guy into the limousine, doesn't ask his name, sits him down. Let me see your D.
Well,
I see
she
her
said, do you
being-
want to have some fun with me? And I said, yeah. And she said, let me see your D. And I said, all right.
That would be a sexual turn-on for Madonna. A complete stranger, not knowing his name. Come on.
Okay, maybe it's a fantasy. Yeah, okay.
I mean, Barnes and I heard the same story with Tony Braxton,
All
the
right.
guy that Tony Braxton picked up
All
in a
right.
limo. And remember that one, Barnes?
I wonder what you would have had to have for her to throw you back, or not had to have.
I don't know. I didn't
Yeah.
ask her what the size requirement
Okay.
was.
All right.
All right, well,
thank
thanks
you
for the
calling.
story.
Thanks.
Madonna announced today that she's pregnant, and yeah. And I guess like every guy in America, I spent the day trying to remember how many months it's been since I had sex with her.
You're on the best of the morning. Barnes, Leslie, and Jimmy. 99X.
This is Woman's Work with Nicole Khalil.
I wish you health, physical, mental, emotional, financial, social, and most definitely spiritual.
Redefining what it means to be doing woman's work.
I would rather have the temporary pain of discomfort than the avoidable pain of regret.
But hear me when I say this. Believe in something. Believe in yourself. That, more than anything, is absolutely woman's work.
This is Woman's Work from Believe. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.